All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Snacking with Potatoes. We have our first podcast talking about WrestleMania 41 with the other potatoes. My name is Matt. You might know me as Silent Black Snake. How you doing, man? Who else we got here?
Hey, Travis. Dark Ima. That'd be me.
We
How
got
you doing?
here's Taco.
This is the Steve speaking, also known as the Steve. Flight time delay with blah 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 blah. I'm gonna give up now.
Good start, guys.
Your
Love it. It's perfect.
your flight is a little bit delayed, sir. I'm sorry to just
This is perfect.
I'm gonna die laughing before we even start.
Due to your pilot having a stroke, been delayed.
All right, we're gonna be talking about most of these podcasts will just be us being shenanigans and bullshit and just talking about bullshit and all that. So
Frying each other's brains into fries.
yes,
basically gaming, wrestling, whatever other random shit we come up with.
Whatever the hell we want at the time.
Exactly.
so we have WrestleMania 41 this weekend, and that's why Travis has dragged us into the bin of despair. And
two of us are paying attention to it, and one is a little into it, and the other one is completely like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm here.
I'm first to admit I do not know what the fuck is going on.
I'm around. I'm kind of around where Steve is, so I'm not far off.
You say.
Steve completely knows nothing. You know a little bit, and then
in case you guys can't figure out, the ones that have the C in parentheses are the current champion.
I don't know if they can see that very well on the slides.
There? See that?
I don't have the text document up, sir.
Yeah, he's got the slides.
Yeah, I have the slides showing.
So he's got the slides.
You think I'm going to show this text document?
Fuck no. That shit. That is not hard work. The slides were hard work. Even then, it wasn't that hard work.
The text document was like, "Hey, I'm a little late on my fucking paper. I got an hour left before to turn in. Let me just slam something together."
Literally copy paste from Wikipedia.
Yes, you know why I know this? Because the fucking URLs are there.
You know, like copy paste. That way you can look at it.
Literally,
have an idea of, like, these are the matches that are announced that we know of. We're not gonna do pre-shows. We're just gonna do main card, except with the exception of the Randy Orton match.
So
because that may or may not happen.
I see. I would be better to move things along with the gaming parts of our podcast. When it comes to WrestleMania, I cannot be the one because I don't know what we're going over or what we're talking about. So
what we're gonna do? We'll just the first match that was on the card that. We don't know what order they're going to be in, so we will move. It's going to be the tag team match. You're going to have the War Raiders versus the New Day.
So War Raiders, which is Eric and Ivar, and the New Day, which is Coffee and
Kofi.
Kofi.
Not Coffee. Kofi.
It's
Xavier Woods.
Listen,
right.
Maybe he had a coffee while he was getting into the name, you know?
Parents were just sipping on Starbucks while they're thinking of a name.
Yep, while delivering the baby.
The War Raiders are the current champs. The
Correct.
New Day are the challengers.
Right.
Yeah.
So
the best way, we'll just start with Steve, because since he has very little knowledge, we're just going to go with you
Travis
first.
Travis, are you trying to kill Steve?
No, because I want his is going to be like a random ass pick. He's going to have
his input's going to be the least out of all of us.
He could just be like them. Why?
I was gonna pick the War Raiders because
the name. Yes.
There you go. That's literally what we need from Steve. That's all we need.
Yay, my job is complete.
Every match, Steve's going to be like, this person, and this is why. And then you'll have me and Taco that go a little bit more in depth and why we're choosing this person. or teams, depending on what match it is. So who would like to go next?
Might as well just go Steve, Matt, you, and me.
Okay.
Since you and me would have the most detail.
Go in and be like, this is why I want to choose this one. Makes sense.
So I don't know much going on, but I believe they'll probably swap it just because, the new day and all that. You're gonna have their moment of glory that probably has happened before that I don't know what's going on. So
You
yeah,
are correct about they've had their glory.
but it's been a while.
Yes, actually, it has been a while.
So I believe they're gonna swap it and have the two of them, the new day, rise to start bringing in fans that haven't watched in a while.
All right, Taco, your choice.
This one's a little interesting. Sorry, I'm fixing the document. It's bugging
Yeah,
me.
it's not. You do what you need to do with that document.
I know
Make
doing
sure-
two things at once is very difficult, Taco.
Just make sure
No,
someone's typing these in so we know,
I
so
am.
we could go back.
I-
and look.
I'm-
Okay.
He,
I'm
he started
typing
typing. He started typing it in, and it like moved everything over by one.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they were a little too close.
Like I said, it was like I just kind of put it in there real quick. So, yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind them flipping the title, but I don't think if they were to flip the title, I don't think the New Day is the way to go. Mainly, I mean, yeah, they had their glory, but they're also, I mean, they've had injuries, but
Welcome to WWE. So
yeah, they've had them a lot more consistently than like other groups. So, I think
I didn't say they were
if
gonna keep it long.
if they were to flip it to the New Day, I'm not saying you said that. I was saying if they were to flip it to the New Day, they would either probably have something like one. How do I want to put this? I'm going with War Raiders. Let's say that just straight up. But if they were to flip it to the New Day, they would have some kind of feud or storyline to where New Day wouldn't keep it long. Is what I'm thinking. Though I do think War Raiders are going to retain it, but I do think it is going to be a match that comes down to the wire.
Not a bad thought. I'm gonna go with the New Day because one, they haven't been heel that long, so giving them a run as a heel again. It's been a while since they've been heels. Let them run with it. Two, they need to bring back the division itself. It's kind of lacklustering, not exciting. New Day can bring that back. Plus, we don't know. Like, there's not many teams right now that War Raiders can feud against that they haven't already feuded. So there might be call-ups that could change that, but for now, I'm gonna go with the New Day just because
That's fair.
Something
they have
fresh
things that they
can
could bring.
yeah.
Because they haven't. They're but
I
they
used
could
to know
also. The thing is, they could also lose it because Big E does get involved. But I'm still gonna go with the New Day. So that is my pick.
That's kind of what the spin I was saying is like I could see them giving it to New Day
And then them
because
losing
they
it.
could bring in some new stuff, especially with New Day kicking out Big E.
But the
I
thing
just-
is, like, yeah,
Part of my decision of War Raiders retaining it is I personally don't really care for Kofi Kingston. I've never really cared for him or anything that he did.
How dare you?
I do
don't
like
really
him
care.
there, but still.
it's just for me. It's like I could see them taking this feud, starting at Mania, them winning it, or Raiders getting it back at SummerSlam.
I could see
Or
that.
even at Money in the Bank, they could also do tag team thing. I don't know. It's one of those, I could extend this out. So that's why I'm gonna go with the New Day. Definitely.
It's
I
it's definitely this one's like on the fence. Like it could go either way very
Yeah.
easily, and they have things that they can do with either side. But I do agree that they probably would have a little more to play with if they have New Day take it.
Steve,
But I just
were you gonna say something?
go ahead.
I was gonna say I just like the fact that Travis agreed with Taco and then went basically, here's why you're fucking wrong.
And he didn't necessarily go bad.
He didn't, but
He-
the way
he
the
put a
tone
full-
of it sounded
The tone
like
of it was
that.
like,
No,
well, like I get
and
his point, but it's
that's
also
where me and Travis are going to be close like that because the fact that we're more in depth into WWE. But Travis is even a little more in depth than I am, so he's going to have a little more to base
But
off of too.
it is also a new era where they will throw curveball at us, like John
Yeah,
Cena
that
turning
too.
heel. Like, what?
well, it's also
Yeah.
his last year too, so that's
Hello?
why.
Internet, how's it going?
What?
All I see is, yeah, you've
Oh.
got your internet up right now.
Oops.
Technical difficulty.
Oops. That's the wrong one.
Googling stuff. He's like, hold on, I gotta figure out shit. Hold on.
All right, so that's our thoughts on.
So we got 2 for War Raiders, 2 for New Day.
Yeah, we're split 50-50, which is it's good that we're not all on the same page. I like this. Steve's just like, I'm going with whoever.
I was gonna say, don't take mine with a grain of salt.
Well,
Yeah,
Steve,
but
I
you could be
I have
100% right or 100% wrong.
I have a feeling Steve will know at least one of these people in the next one, though.
Oh, I do know who Rey Mysterio is. I don't know who the Starbucks order guy is, though.
I'll take
Okay.
an El Grande Americano.
That is the
Starbucks
definition
order.
of Starbucks right there.
Okay,
They didn't think that one
So-
through, did they?
this one is a unique match. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because storyline for you, the two that don't know it, Chad Gable was having issues losing to luchadors. We had to go learn to be a luchador. But storyline, that is not him. But most of the time, it is him under the mask. They could make it so he's not actually under the mask. They can swerve everyone by doing that.
right, because
Yeah,
it doesn't matter
It's a
who's under
mask.
the mask.
correct. They just find somebody that's close to his body size. So this one's a little difficult to figure out who's gonna win because the storyline, we don't know. Is it gonna get unmasked? Is it gonna be somebody else? Yeah. So Steve, pick your choice.
I'll take Rey Mysterio because I know him from my younger days.
Also, that's a good choice too. The ageless wonder that is Rey Mysterio.
All right, I'm gonna throw a curveball. El Grande Americano is gonna win. But he's gonna take off his mask, and it's not gonna be Chad. It's gonna be
He's gonna be a Starbucks coffee cup.
the barista next door. It's
the
gonna,
barista in the lobby of the arena.
it's gonna be someone that's been trying to make a name for themselves, I believe. That's
So,
like
NXT or something
right.
like that.
Someone from them that they're gonna try and just kind of throw and see if it sticks, kind of thing. Because it's Rey Mysterio, he's been around a while.
Yeah.
Who knows how long more he's gonna be. So I just think Rey Mysterio is gonna lose the match.
Well, you also gotta you also have both groups, the LWO and American Made too, that are gonna get involved. So
Yep.
yeah, you do have a lot of moving pieces in this match.
But
It's very tough.
that's my outline of it. Is like, hey, since you said that they're gonna try and pull something with the mask and have
Yeah.
it not be Chad.
Yeah.
Might not work that way, but I bet, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those we don't know what's gonna happen. They could do so many things.
They
Which
could
is
do
it,
it
like I
then,
said.
or they could do it in another pay-per-view later on.
Or they could do it on Monday. They could just wait till Monday and he runs it back at your ass. Good, it's somebody completely different.
Oh, like he wins the
Yep.
match, but then comes in and then it's someone else, or he comes
Yep.
in.
Or
Yeah,
they're standing there together. Yeah, there's so many things that can happen.
Fair.
Taco, your choice.
I already see his choice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm highly biased on this match. I've always been a giant fan of Rey Mysterio. And
Oh, same.
while I agree, like I grew up watching Rey Mysterio.
Eddie Guerrero.
While I can see, yeah, Eddie Guerrero too. I can see the whole point of, yes, Chad Gable could be behind the mask, or they could throw everybody a curveball and have somebody completely random. I don't think that it's going to be enough mystery or suspense or hype, and I think they'll just keep Ray the win. But I think that Travis could be onto something. You could have Ray win and then be pissed off and have a run in on Monday. So I mean, it could go either way, but I think Ray's gonna win that. I do think it's gonna go close again.
I'm gonna have to agree with Matt on this one, and I'll tell you why. Ray's been around a lot longer. Ray has more moments. Chad doesn't. So even if it is Chad under the mask, say he still loses the mask during the match, he's still gonna win it. He might cheat to win it, but he's gonna get his moment.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with El Grande Americano, just because he can get his moment. He's like, I beat Rey Mysterio.
I have a feeling they'll give Rey Mysterio his moment when he does kind of like his last year of doing WWE. Kind of like
that's the thing.
kind of like the opposite of what they're doing with Cena, but Cena's is doing movies, he's doing other shit. He don't fucking care.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, that's why I was like, I could see them going with Chad quotation,
And I
just
just don't
because.
like Chad.
Well, that's the whole point. There's the ones that you're not gonna like, and there's gonna be the ones you like.
What do you hate?
I know.
So,
That's why I said I'm heavily biased on this match.
that, and he's also been using that metal plate in his mask. You know that's gonna come in at some point.
Oh yeah,
So that's why I think that
it's gonna be a dirty hit.
it will, because like I said, Chad might also not be in the match the whole time. He could come out from underneath the ring, be fresh, and win it that way. There's so many ways it could go with it. That's why I'm gonna go with El Grande.
Match 3.
We got
It's Jade
It's real difficult.
Cargill and Naomi. Right?
yes. There we go.
I don't know who either one of them are.
I only know it from doing my GM, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So Naomi's been around for a while. She's been a tag team with Bianca and Jade. They were all like a faction. And then somebody took out Jade. And then eventually down the storyline, it was Naomi that took out Jade because that was the actual reason. Because I guess Jade kind of butted in is the way she feels into the friendship between Naomi and Bianca. So
Yeah,
that
she
is the
kinda stole
backstory.
Bianca.
Yeah, that's how she feels.
Eh,
A quick backstory on that one. This
I'm
one,
going to ignore all of that.
yes, you ignore
Um,
everything. Go with what your gut tells you to go with. None of them.
I'm gonna go off the one I like the hair the most of.
Okay, Steve.
I'm gonna pick Naomi. 'Cause I like her hair. That is all.
Good enough.
That's a reason.
That is a Steve answer.
That is
That's what we need.
that's the Steve answer. So I don't know much between these two other than what Travis said. Hmm. So does one of them is one of them guaranteed to win, or is there like a well, I guess an interference would still cause one of them to win, right?
What? Yeah, somebody is guaranteed to win unless somehow they get counted out, which is not going to happen at WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
No. So somebody will be said, "Hey, winner." So
Okay.
Someone will be declared a winner. Yes.
Who is there any like
is there any go home math? Is what it's called. As of right now, no, because they are on SmackDown, which airs tomorrow. So,
but like is there anyone okay. For Jade, is there anybody that they're like there's like big hatred between her and like someone else or
Nope.
Naomi?
no. The
Oh.
only person that's in between them is Bianca. Bianca's too focused on the match,
Her match.
with Rhea and Io.
E-
So it's just those two. So there's nobody outside that we know of. Guaranteed, things can
There's no
change.
Uh,
But as
known
there's
outside
no
influence.
hints, there's nothing like that. It's just a one-on-one. These
All right.
two hate each
I'm
other.
gonna say Jade's gonna get it. It's just there's not really much to go off of other than just pick one.
That's pretty much.
I have a feeling this is gonna go down to whoever just outlasts the other one. I don't think this one is predetermined.
They're all predetermined, but
You know what I mean? Like no one no one got told
Yeah.
you're gonna win the match. Whereas the previous two, I believe they're gonna be told the one team's being told they're gonna win the match, or person, because tag team. So
Yeah.
I think this one's just a 50-50.
Like it's still up in the air, and they're still trying to figure it out. Yeah, what's possible?
All right. For me, I mean, Naomi's been around a while. Jade's still pretty new. And Jade's been, yeah, like Travis said, they've got a feud with each other. They've got Bianca between them. But I think with all the glitz and the glory that Jade still has, I think they're probably going to keep her as the winner, keep that rolling, and try to ignite the fire even more potentially. I think they have a lot more right now that they could probably do with Jade Cargill over Naomi.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough one to choose because either way they could go with both, whatever story they want to do with both of them, and move them up to title. So it's kind of one of those.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
It's gonna be who they feel is the right person to be ready.
Because, yep. And that might be what this match is for, to see if Jade is ready, because Naomi's been around.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think Jade is definitely going to win this one because of that. Because Naomi's going to give her a good match. And Jade's going to be able to prove the haters out there that are, she's not
All by myself.
She's kind of been coattail riding. So this is definitely a breakout match.
Yeah, that's
for her
it's
to just tell everybody, hey, I'm not just here to ride the tails of greats that have been doing this for a while. I can actually perform.
and
I'm here to show it.
They've been going back and forth and beating each other down. So there is no real like, oh, this one's always had that upper hand. It's literally been back and forth. So
Yeah.
going off that, this would be Jade's breakout match. I'm gonna have to go with Jade.
Okay.
And Naomi just turned heel, so it's kind of like it's still fresh.
Yeah.
That would be way too early.
Yeah, and it's depending on what order it is, you might have a heel win before this one. If it's obviously not gonna be the order that we have it, but it's kind of one of those. Eh. All right, match number 4.
Quattro.
Should be a good one.
Oh, this is gonna be a good match.
I'm excited for this match.
Yeah, this is one that
I would like Travis's brief history.
well, I can't go into all of the history because it involves
Okay, that's
the
enough
blood.
history.
Give him
Sorry,
the
continue.
synopsis.
It's the synopsis. Okay. Basically, Batu wants the title. That's all that you need to know.
That doesn't help.
Jacob
Batu
Fatu
is also
didn't-
part of the bloodline.
Yeah, I know that.
Steve might not have.
I'm just
Steve
saying
wanted the
that,
synopsis.
yeah,
Seems like-
okay.
That's why I was like,
So Steve also immediately interrupted him when he started,
yeah.
saying that was enough.
He's like,
I
Steve,
can't give you the whole thing. That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
Just stop right
you-
there.
yeah, because I'd have to start with the bloodline, how he got there. Yeah, it's that's why it's like it's a long story. We'll just
And that's
go,
why I said synopsis.
Batu wants belt. That's the easiest way to put it. Yeah, LA Knight's got belt. Batu wants belt. Boom. There you go. There's your
Hey.
brief.
Night. Yeah.
Just because of that, Taco, I'm gonna have to go with the Fatu.
That's his whole shtick, too. That's the play part.
Oh, it is. It's great hearing the whole crowd say it, though.
Oh, for sure.
But when you do it by yourself,
I'm gonna hit the Fatu then.
we have been interrupted.
Hi.
You are interrupting stuff, sir. What are you doing?
Hello. I'm just getting off work.
You're here to join
Congratulations.
the podcast?
Oh, you're on a
Off
podcast?
work
I am
early.
so.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We just didn't move
Oh.
ourselves into another room. We're just like, nobody should be jumping in.
Oh, yeah, I got off work early. I'll go ahead and leave. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're all good.
You,
Alright.
you
You
get
could-
to listen to our rambles
Yeah,
about WrestleMania.
You can just sit here and listen. It's all good.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
He
it's
got
just-
front row
Including our
seats for free.
predictions For WrestleMania
Yeah,
41
yeah.
this weekend.
Oh, okay. I'll just sit back and relax and listen to you guys.
There's popcorn
Hey,
on
you-
your left and
You
soda
never
on your
know.
right.
You might have input at some point. Like,
Sure,
hey,
I
I
might.
know something.
I might. Okay.
I mean, don't
okay.
forget to crack a beer.
That's right.
You know what? I
Or-
might
or
just go. I might
you
just
got-
go ahead and go back to the store and get a beer. All right, I'll let you guys go ahead.
All right. All right, Steve. Steve went with Fatu.
Yes, I did.
Matt.
All right, here's my thought, okay? Because the whole bloodline line scenario, LA Knight. I think the bloodline thing is too cheesy. I don't like it, and that's kind of why I'm going with LA Knight. Also, I don't think this is gonna be Jacob Fatu's first opportunity this year to get the belt. I think he's gonna lose this one, and then he's gonna have a second chance later this year, probably like SummerSlam or something. Which then he might win it. I don't think it's the right time.
Okay.
All right.
So, I like how you're thinking, Matt. I
LA Knight, sir, not Jacob.
sorry.
LA Knight. I want LA Knight.
I was about
I
to.
literally said LA Knight.
I'm,
No.
I'm sorry.
He meant to
I
put
was
that for
I was
himself.
about to say no. I was about to say Jacob Fatu's name. That's why I was typing it. Um, I agree. I don't think it's his time for the belt, but I think with what you said about him potentially getting it later in the year, I could see them potentially going the same route they did with Rhodes,
I don't know what that
and
is.
basically Cody Rhodes,
They-
American
they-
Nightmare.
No,
Okay,
I
so
know I know
Cody-
Cody Rhodes, but I don't know the situation that
Okay,
happened.
I was
he-
just about to explain that.
Okay.
So Cody Rhodes last WrestleMania won it against Roman and got the undisputed. But the year before they had that fight and Roman retained it.
Gotcha.
So I think that if they want to truly give Fatu the title, I think they might do the same scenario as that, where he loses it this time, and then that feud just keeps boiling and boiling and boiling. And then next time they do it again, and he actually takes it.
Gotcha.
But I also want to say that the bloodline might have something to do with this, and there might be a bloodline side play into this. But if that happens, I think there could be a side play on LA Knight's side as well. So I mean,
Possible,
it
possible.
can go multiple ways because there's a lot of people that don't like the bloodline for good reasons. So I think that there is more opportunity there if they want to build some feuds, start some feuds, or enhance some feuds, that they could have the bloodline come out and try to play interference and have somebody else come out for LA Knight and do counter interference. It would make, in my opinion, a good match to spectate, especially for a WrestleMania. And it's Vegas. They're gonna want to go big.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with LA Knight.
You are both wrong. They're 100% going with Fatu. You should know this by how the crowd reacted when he went to SmackDown. How many times did they want to see him do the moonsault on LA Night? Over and over and over. It's Fatu. 100%. You get him in front of everyone at WrestleMania, that crowd's gonna absolutely
And
air LA
that's
Knight a new one.
partially
They
where I
might do the
think-
yeah at first because he's gonna come out first, but then Fatu's gonna be there, and they're gonna it's Fatu.
and that's
100%.
where I was thinking of, like,
I
the
guess
potential interference and counter
yeah.
interference.
I can see the interference, but it's gonna be a solo. But he'll either get tossed or Fatu's just gonna knock him out. It's it. Like, because that's eventually gonna boil over too. That's why I think Fatu's gonna win. Solo's gonna be like, I want that title. Fatu's gonna be like, no. You could try, but no.
You know, that's
I
good. That's a good
so-
point.
And I think that's gonna happen. And so I'm going with Fatu just because how much he's over with the crowd, even though he's supposed to be a heel.
Right,
fair.
but
Nice.
wouldn't it be better for the crowd to be disappointed that he doesn't win the belt and then be
I'm gonna go
excited
with
that they will get to see him attempt
No.
again and but have more fury in his eyes to try and get that belt?
No,
More-
because they're like, I paid all this money and now I have to go to SummerSlam.
They
to watch this?
fucking pay, they would sell their
You know,
first
there's
kid
someone, yes.
for for this
Some,
shit.
but you're like, you got to look. Some of those people, this is the only show they go to,
Right.
so they want to see. So it is. So it can go both ways. It could go either way. But I'm gonna have to go with Steve on this. Go with Fatu.
Fatu.
Says that like I gave a
Samoan
great
werewolf.
in-depth answer.
I already had Fatu picked. Fatu was my choice
Yeah,
for that. This match was
this was
Fatu was
one
my
match
pick
that
from
I've
the
been
beginning.
wavering back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, it's like there was no wavering on this. And I was like, Fatu's winning. I don't care if Solo gets involved. Fatu's winning.
Did I mention I
Alright.
hate the whole bloodline bullshit?
It was a good story that it got convoluted and
I
It was
just
a
don't.
good
I think it's
story
cheesy.
until Roman stepped away for a while and Solo took over.
yeah, that's where it got convoluted. And it's kind of like, That's what it just kind of like died down. They're like, okay, we're done. Whatever. Finish
I
it.
just think it's really cheesy. That's my problem with it.
I mean, what part of
Alright.
it is cheesy though?
It doesn't feel like I know it's fake and everything, but like it doesn't like it's not believable for me.
It doesn't feel the same as when Roman was running it entirely.
Okay, well, yeah, because what bloodline is Matt talking about? Is he talking about the original bloodline, or is he talking about the new bloodline?
The one that's been going on like this year, because I've only watched a
Oh,
few
so-
matches.
Solos.
And-
Solo. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Solo, yeah, that one is that's why it's like that makes sense. That's the convoluted and nobody cares bloodline. Yes.
Yes,
The only
No.
thing that you got good out of it is Fatu.
fair.
True.
All right, we have our next match: Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, which I know both of these.
I know nothing.
Well, you should know Charlotte.
I get vaguely.
You know Ric Flair?
Yes, that's the only reason.
That's all you need to
That's everybody's reason.
Then I will go with her for the fact that I know her vaguely.
know. You're like, I know the name. All that matters.
Yes.
Oh, Travis forgot to go through the whole spiel of what's going on with this
Uh,
little
Hey.
background.
Oh, background. Charlotte won
0-3.
for a Rumble. Hold on, I'm getting there. Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. She
Okay.
chose Tiffany Stratton as the champion she wants to go after.
Right.
And then they start, having promos. Charlotte starts pretty much stepping on Tiffany Stratton, making
Right.
it so like hard for her to cut her promo that she's, it's a scripted promo. Charlotte
Right.
goes off because she's a veteran. She's learned how to do it.
Right.
So Tiffany did it, went 0 and called her 0-3 into forces. Crowd is now behind that. So come WrestleMania,
Ooh.
the entire crowd's going to be chanting 0-3 at Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
Oh, they also had backstage. They also fought in the parking lot in Seattle.
Okay.
Yep.
So
We-
this did not change what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this is gonna be Tiffany. Reason is Charlotte's pretty much a veteran at this point. It's not really, she's there to help, but she's not there to win. And especially since now you said what you said, it's definitely not gonna be Charlotte. At least not right now.
That's a possibility.
That's my spiel on it.
He's like, that's my take. Taco.
It's Tiffy time. That's all I really need to say. I have always and will forever dislike Charlotte Flair. I have never once liked her, and I agree with Matt on this one. Charlotte is a very seasoned veteran. She's won many a title.
Yep.
I don't think she needs another one. No matter how much she wants it, she doesn't need it. And I think the 0-3 is going to get to her.
Well,
Is
probably
it-
already has, but yes.
Is it crazy that I chose Tiffany and I like Charlotte?
No, you're using the smart
You went
way to
logical.
choose.
Yeah, I
you
went
the logical
logical.
way. I don't care for this match, either of them.
I don't care for this match either.
So, out of the two, I less like. I guess I'll go with Tiffany Stratton. I really have no input on this match. That's about it. Next
That's
match.
crazy.
All I needed to say was it's Tiffy time.
Next match.
All right, that was a quick one.
Yeah, there are those that we're gonna have. Where it's like,
Once
I got
again,
no-
all by myself.
all right, we have
Ooh.
Gunther versus
The
Jey
Ring
Uso.
General versus main event Yeet Jey Uso.
You
Steve.
Why do they look drawn?
Why do they look like drawn? Why do they look drawn?
Gunther looks drawn more than Jey Uso.
I don't know.
Like it's art.
They probably used an AI to clean it up or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Well, they're probably taking
Then
pictures in
they're-
like 8K now, so
Yeah,
probably why.
Okay, because of how advanced their cameras are, we can see all your pores.
All right, Steve, who you pick? Or do you want a synopsis?
Synopsis, me.
Okay.
Wait, does that say Snickers?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Anyway, synopsis.
But it's presented by Snickers and WWE 2K25.
I can't eat WWE.
Hey, don't
No,
forget
but-
the Peacock and Netflix.
But Steve, you can eat a Snickers while playing WWE, and then if you had another monitor, you could watch it on Peacock
Yep.
and Netflix.
Or if you're
That's
international, like
That is too many monitors needed for too many things at once.
All right, synopsis, Travis.
J1 Royal Rumble. Pick Gunther because he's lost to him 3 times so far. He's like, I need to beat this guy. It was 2 weeks ago.
It's
Jimmy,
a personal
Jay's-
vendetta.
But basically, Jimmy, Jay's brother, like, I'll face Gunther to prove that you can beat him. Literally got his ass handed to him. Gunther busted him open. Blood everywhere. Gunther
was
was covered
funny.
in blood. Like, covered in blood all over him. It's like, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, Jay was also zip tied to the ring, so he, like the ring rope, so he couldn't get to him.
Goddamn.
And that's your synopsis.
I'll go with
So it's
the
personal
Uso
vendetta.
there for the revenge story.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's a good.
Taco?
Yes.
What are you?
He's called main event Jey Uso.
Oh,
Did you
I
put
just
main
put
event?
main event. Yes.
all right. I'm gonna go with Yeet, because he's lost so many times. It's that point of the title's gonna get swapped to Jey Uso, and especially after what happened with his brother. And yeah, that's mainly about it. I only know a little bit of both of them, and yeah, it's basically all I have.
Okay. First of all, this is going to be a battle of attrition. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be all-out war. I think, yeah, it would be nice for Jey Uso to finally get revenge, but I don't think. I don't think it's going to be now. I think Gunther's just going to be the tank that he is and just going to outlast Jey Uso. And it's. I think it's going to come down to. I mean, they're just going to be wearing each other down. That's the whole thing. But I think it's going to come down to a last-ditch effort by Gunther to take it and retain So I'm gonna go with Gunther.
You are on your own on this one, sir. Yeet.
Fine with that.
He's going to. He's going to be. He's gonna get his ass handed to him, but he's going to have to dig down deep to get that win. And at the end, that
I can see-
entire stadium is gonna be yeeting.
Yeah.
Entire stadium.
Also, what
is
year
being
are we
loud
in?
as fuck. Hey, he's on his way back.
So
You'll-
For the third
I
I
time?
think with them giving it to Uso, they might. It's gonna end up being kind of like the same thing of when Sami Zayn took down Gunther. He's gonna
Yep.
be. He's gonna be destroyed and somehow find an
Oh, wait,
inner
wait, yep.
strength. I'm just going with the wild card on this one.
Yeah, I figured that.
I like both superstars, so it's
Next
a tough
man.
one.
Next man.
Oh, sorry.
That would most likely be the opening match, but I'm not 100% sure.
What, Gunther and
This one,
Uso?
yeah, that would probably be the opening match. This one's gonna be the last one.
This
the
one's gonna be the main event.
This is the
match.
main event. Like
Yeah.
this. Ugh, this is the one I am struggling with who I want to win. Like who I'm gonna pick. I know who I
I
want
know
to
who I
win.
want to win, but you gotta think of it from a logical standpoint for this one.
Exactly. That's why it's hard, because it could go two different ways.
Can we have a little spiel of what's been leading up to
Synopsis.
this?
Okay. Seth Rollins hates Punk. He's hated Punk forever. So Punk comes back.
But
Which is whatever.
how forever? Because CM Punk's pretty old.
10 years
Okay.
since Punk
Yeah,
left the
at
company.
least
10 years.
a
So
decade.
that's 10 years. Seth Rollins is like, you left us. You.
Right.
And then you have Roman, right? You're like, how's he get put in the mix? Well, Seth and Roman don't get along anymore because Seth turned on Roman several times. And then, so we have CM Punk. In this match, we have CM Punk with Paul Heyman, which is also Roman Reigns' wise man.
Right.
So that right there is where they have issues.
Right.
So yeah, so this all started the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And
I already know who I'm picking. Now that I have a little thing, but Steve has to go first. So
That did nothing for me.
I already know who.
Yeah,
It's not the most popular one, but it's gonna be the one that's gonna happen.
There isn't more depth of story, but I'm not going to go that far into it because
That's gonna take
Yeah,
a long
I have to
time.
go. I have to go back, way back. Way back.
And I'm
Not
gonna
10
bring
years, but
something
back,
into my reasoning.
All right, Steve, you got 3 choices.
Do I though? Do I?
You do. You have Roman
You
Reigns,
have
CM
good
Punk,
choices.
or Seth freaking Rollins.
There are probably 2 of us that have maybe only 2 choices, but
I'm gonna go with CM Punk.
all right.
That's that response.
All right.
All right, so I know about the Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns and all that, and I know a little bit of CM Punk because of just a little bit of the history of what's happened with him and him leaving the company and coming back. Seth Rollins, I only know a little bit, other than what you told me. To me, this smells like CM Punk is gonna win, because it's gonna start a bunch of things just happen after this and lead up to SummerSlam. So Paul Heyman being with CM Punk is gonna have that feud culminate. Seth Rollins is just gonna be tossed after this. This is basically the done of whatever this has happened. But the CM Punk Roman Reigns, we'll see this again, either SummerSlam or next year sometime, because of the whole spiel between, Punk, because all that stuff is gonna lead for having Roman Reigns wanting to talk about him leaving the company too and all that, which is, good enough reason for someone to hate the other person for jumping for another business because he was sick of, the company he was working for. And
So you went who?
Punk.
Punk.
Okay. Travis, I want you to go on this because I want to hear yours.
All right, I am conflicted on this one, and so I'm. All right. On one hand, you have Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins. On the other hand, CM Punk, top 3 wrestlers of mine. So I'm very conflicted on which one I want to go with, but I'm gonna go with CM Punk. One, his first WrestleMania main event. Who knows how many more he's got after this? 2, you have Paul Heyman there, but I feel because he does owe a favor to Rollins, he might not get involved. He might walk out halfway through the match, leaving it just those 3. And then you're going to have the issues with Roman and Seth, because that's culminating. Plus, you have Roman having issues with Paul Heyman being Punk, but you take that out, Punk might still be able to get in there and squeak it out. So I'm going to go with Punk just based on getting the win at WrestleMania, winning the main event. He's also my favorite active wrestler right now.
What
But
was
it's still very conflicted
I-
between the two.
what was
Are there-
your second option?
Seth Rollins, because
Really? Okay.
because you have the Paul Heyman factor.
Right.
He could, so it's like, Seth said Paul owes him a favor because he didn't curb stomp him. He could pull that in, but like, hey, I want you turning on both of them or walking completely away. Then he lets those 2 destroy each other over Paul Heyman, sneaks out the win. It is possible, but I'm going to lean to more of CM Punk winning. That is why I'm literally torn on this one, but I'm gonna have to lean more towards Punk.
I think the story's better if you go with Punk, and then you
Punk,
can continue it onwards
the
into the
Roman,
rest of the
yes.
year.
That is most likely because CM Punk and Seth Rollins has had their rivalry, and it's going to continue down the road, but we don't need to see it continuing right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in the same boat, Travis, with the whole either Seth Rollins or CM Punk because the Heyman scenario. But also, I mean, they all hate each other, especially with Rollins turning on Roman so many times. But I also thinking of their hatred for CM Punk, that they might go for a match back to their days of Shield and kind of double team Punk.
Oh, that's definitely going to happen at some point. Yes, they will. They will do the the
Yeah.
power bomb through
So
the table.
I think with that also in play, I want CM Punk to win it because I think there's a lot they can do with it. And I want to choose Punk, but I think I'm gonna take a wild card again and go with Rollins because of the Shield potentiality, and then the favor that Heyman owes Rollins, which I agree could be just Heyman turning on both of them or just completely leaving.
Yep.
And destroying Punk's confidence in his best friend and the wise man for Reigns, which I think, depending on what happens, could give Rollins leverage in the match. I do want Punk to win, but I'm going to have to take a wild card and go with Rollins.
So you're going with Rollins, huh?
Yep.
I will say this: I didn't put it in mine because I didn't want to change anyone's vote. But you gotta remember, Roman, Seth helped Cody win against Roman. So you also have to throw that in there too.
Yeah, I was
But
thinking
it is
that
one of
too.
those. Is like, yeah, you got also got
I
it
think
may or may
I
not
th-
work together. Who knows? That's why
like,
it's like it's so tough.
and that's why I
It's
want to say it's like I want Punk to win, but I think if anything is going to be the deciding factor in this, it's going to be the favor that Heyman owes to Rollins.
possibly, yeah. Who knows? That's if he does it. He might not do it. That's the thing. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm taking the wild card. I want Punk to win because I
There
think
also
I agree. There's a lot that they can do with that.
there also could be more to Punk's favor too. We don't know.
Yeah. So
All right. That is the end of night one, right?
yes,
Yes.
End of night one.
I do want to put in Putz said this pretty good. Roman is the face of WWE right now, so I hope it's CM, but it might be Roman. It's
hold
not
on,
gonna it's
hold
not
on.
gonna be
I got a
Roman
rebuttal.
though.
I got to rebuttal that.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes is the face of WWE.
Right.
Hands down. Roman is no
but-
longer face.
But
He's on his
he
way out.
was.
He was, yes.
I do agree with somewhat of your statement, Putz, but
but also
yeah.
Roman hasn't really been too much on a revenge
Yeah, but Roman's also like a
tour.
Cena. Oh, Cena wins.
I know
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're covering the game. CM Punk was covering the game, and he still never got his WrestleMania match until now.
wait, hold on.
So,
Who was on the cover of Madden like a few years ago that was like I can't remember. What is the
how far
storyline of
back
the
are we going?
Was it story? I don't remember
I
the
don't
storyline
remember.
back then. Look how old. That's that
What is
game's
the
old, I don't remember.
storyline of the new games? You mean for
Well, if you're playing my ride,
for WWE? Well, fair. Depends what you're playing, sir. Yes, there is the Bloodlines stuff, like the Bloodlines
Yeah.
edition and all that, but in this game itself, it is not the Bloodlines.
well, it is if you're on PlayStation and Xbox, not for PC like us.
Wait, theirs is, but ours is on the CM Punk
Yeah.
stuff?
Like, no, so Bloodline for the Bloodline edition for PlayStation and Xbox gets the island of relevancy, where the PC version didn't get it.
What?
It's you know how like in 2K25, like the basketball games, they had like where you could run around.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's basically like that, but in a wrestling universe.
Oh. Eh.
So, I mean, yes, but they also have the Dead Man version, which the Dead Man is no longer wrestling. So, but yes, if you play My Rise, CM Punk is in that storyline. So it is 50-50 on that one.
Right.
Which is why I was like, I wanted to
Yeah.
do CM Punk. Like I was heavily torn, just like you, Travis,
It's
between the
it's-
two. There's so
know,
many
and then the-
factors.
The promo
both
for
Rollins
Monday,
and Punk.
it was so tough. It's like that's the promo from Monday was so good from Rollins. I was like, this makes it difficult. But all right, night 2, match 1.
Here we go. Antonio Brown.
Yes. What happened to that guy?
Yeah.
That's like where's my
That's
hero?
what. That's who I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I got
No,
sidetracked.
it's fine. No, yeah, you did exactly what you needed to do. You're like, I know it was somebody. Who was it? Yeah.
Like so it doesn't matter who's on the cover. It's who's at the like who either they're
crowd
the crowd wants or was at the prime of their career at that because
Or the storyline calls
Right.
for it.
right. So they
We can continue the story by if this person wins. But if this
shit
person wins,
next year
That's
could
gonna
be
shit on it, bro.
next year could be Cody Rhodes on the freaking cover. Right? And then and then let's say Cody
All right,
Rhodes
let's
is
get back
not,
to
you
the
know.
guesses.
all right.
that's-
Match one.
We're
All
getting
right.
off out on a tangent.
We're going into games now. Hold on. That's another episode. That could be episode 2.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the
Cody
women.
was last year's cover. That's what I thought.
Okay. I mean, they could do it again. Anyways,
Thank you. So, yes.
so we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez,
The
who
three-time champ,
are the champs, against Bailey and I'm gonna
Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
All right, Steve, would you like some backstory, sir?
Yes.
Backstory is me and Taco went to SmackDown. They had a women's tag team gauntlet match. Bailey and Lyra won.
Was it
That's
a SmackDown?
Yeah, we did go to SmackDown.
Fun.
It was fun.
They were the first team in.
First team in,
and the
and they
last
won
team
it.
out.
They had to beat 5 other teams.
It was a slugfest.
Wait, that's all you're giving him?
That's literally the backstory for this match.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's all that's needed?
For this one, yes.
There's not much besides that for this one.
I feel like they could bring back another team, like a returning team to the company, or from injuries after this match takes place.
Okay.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that could happen.
That's fair.
That's what I'm going with. Or heck, who knows? It could be during the match and changes the match. But
Holy shit. I don't know. I know nothing about anything.
I already know my opinions of the next match, but well, anyways.
We're on match
I
one.
think everybody knows their opinion of the next match. I think I'll go with Bailey and Micro.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the way their names are spelled.
I fucking swear.
You asked for this.
We did, and that I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Having somebody that knows nothing about it and just going like, "This is why I picked." This.
So
It's perfect.
based on what you guys told me, this is fucking lame. Liv and Morgan and Raquel are gonna keep the title and have an actual good story that actually happens with whatever opponents they're gonna face in the future. Because this is, no offense, not a great way to have, this be a match.
I mean, it gets them on the card. You gotta look at it. They're on
they're on
They're
the
making
card,
money.
right?
The belts.
But
Well,
it's
it's
not
more
going
of
to
a-
change. It's the belt's not changing.
I yeah. I'm just, I'm agreeing with him. So put them down. Like, it's not changing. But they can bring somebody back either from injury or a returning team to the company.
Right, but we're talking about WrestleMania, sir.
Right? No, I'm talking at
After.
that. Like, no, it could be during. Like, they could make it a 3-way between them, or it is after. Yes.
Right.
But I'm still saying that will happen in this match, either after or during. So I'm putting that out.
Probably after.
It's either, I'm gonna throw out my teams out there that I'd like to see come back: the Iconics or the Kabuki Warriors. Those are my two. Put that out there.
Out of those two, I would prefer the Kabuki Warriors.
Can I have who?
Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
That one. Yes,
Yep.
that one. That would actually
The
be good.
Iconics.
And that's not because of my high bias.
Yeah. Taka, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know how you are.
I think the Kabuki Warriors would be a better option to come back, in my opinion.
My
And the
bias
Iconics.
is
Are you
ignorance.
kidding me? Come on.
My bias.
That's why I said in my opinion, Travis. It's my opinion. I have a right to it.
I know.
Your opinion can be wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
I value your opinion even though it's fucking wrong.
So this is
Alright.
one of those four-con matches. Like, hey, they're out there. They're going to put on a show. Okay, but we know nothing's going to change.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless Taco chooses the other team.
No, I'm in the same
Like-
boat. I
like
think
Steve.
Liv and
Okay.
Raquel are gonna keep it. There's just
There's
It's not a
his-
good enough story or
Yeah.
anything really.
there hasn't been enough with Bailey and Lyra Valkyria either.
No, I think it'll be them.
They were just
Fighting,
kind of
yeah.
thrown together for this.
I mean, like Monday they had a title match for the Intercontinental Women's Championship, so it's like, whatever. Match 3, 2, 3, whatever the match.
Two.
Well,
Two.
2, 1. I don't know what I'm on.
Two.
2 now. Travis,
Okay.
why'd you? What is wrong with this picture? Why did you cut it off?
No, that's how it was. Like, you know how I said some of them were smaller than the other
Yes.
ones? That's how this one was.
Oh,
Eh.
okay.
But I mean, if I could have, I would have just cut the one side out and been like, "Hey, there you go, this guy."
All right, putts. I- we can all just say who we
all-
want.
Yeah,
AJ
hold on.
Styles. AJ
Hold on,
Styles.
hold on.
Everybody,
hold on.
go.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's gonna it's going to be a good match. I will say Logan is good in the ring, but fuck Logan. It's AJ.
Taco.
Anyone else? Anyone disagree?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, next match.
I mean,
Next match.
Logan has a lot of entertainment prowess in this
Yes.
stuff, but it's gonna be AJ 100%.
Nobody likes Logan. If he wins, he's cheating. That's how he'll win. If he wins, he's cheating.
He'll bring out the brass knuckles.
All right. Ooh, this one.
Fatal 4-way.
Yes.
This one's a tough one too.
We got Braun Breaker, which someone wrote. Oh no, it is 2Ks. Never mind. Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio.
30. Dominic Mysterio.
Ooh.
All right.
We'll get to the memes later. Putts.
Yeah. Steve would like a little information before he can make
Okay.
his decision.
All right. So backstory: Braun Breaker was versus Penta. They had a match. The Dom was trying to recruit Penta into the Judgment Day, and cost the match. So Penta's like kicked Dom. Then Finn's like, "No, I want the title," and so Finn got put into. It was supposed to be a triple threat. Then Liv made it so Dom could be in the match.
Of
Now
course
it's
she
Fatal
did.
4.
Of course
Yep.
she did.
Oh, there you go. There's your backstory. Quick, easy, simple.
I'll go with Braun keeping it. Probably Braun. Don't care. I have
You-
nothing witty to say about this because I don't know.
Oh, I wish I had.
All right. So mine's very simple. It's gonna be Finn. Finn is enjoyable to watch. Dom is usually the one that's hated the most and doesn't really deserve it. If Finn doesn't get it, it's gonna be Dom somehow to make it very stupid, just to piss off crowds, to make him hate the man as much as possible. Yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen.
You're going Finn?
I'm going Finn. Plus, if to me, either Finn or Braun would get it out of this, but
yeah,
I
I'm
believe
thinking the
Finn.
same way.
This is all you need to know, Steve. Sorry, I had to send Steve the spear that Braun did on Carlito. It's fucking amazing.
I
Wait.
remember that.
You want to see?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
might as well just send it to all of us. Could have just sent it to the group chat.
I could have. You're right.
You're a potato.
Yep.
Anywho,
There you go. Everyone, it's in there,
watch this real quick.
especially from that angle.
God, that was
Ouchie
just
booga booga balls.
massive.
Ouchie kabibbles.
Yeah, just confirm it, Matt. It's not that hard.
Listen, why is there no audio?
It's
I
muted.
don't know.
Probably.
You don't need. Yeah, it's probably muted, but just the spirit.
You
in
don't
general.
need the audio.
You just need to look at what he does to that man.
The only audio you're missing is some guy going.
Yeah. Boom.
All right.
He launches himself full force.
Yeah, when he hits the ropes, he runs at 23 miles an hour. It's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Um.
The ring moves
Anyway.
when he hits the ropes.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat as Matt. It's gonna be between Braun and Finn, but I feel like Finn is gonna take it. I don't know much about Penta. Penta's not one that I've watched or heard much about.
How dare you, sir? I don't know.
Penta's fucking amazing.
I don't know much about him either.
But I feel like Braun Breaker's good. Yes, he's a powerhouse. He's a freight train. I think they could do a lot if they were to give it to Finn. So, I don't think Dom's gonna play too much into the whole thing. Nobody likes him.
You know what would be
They're-
funny?
they're
He
gonna-
just
they're
runs
gonna
away.
Fuck with him somehow. No, Liv's gonna come in and pull him out. So I'm gonna go with Matt on this one. I'm gonna go Finn Balor.
I hate to say this. It's part
Uh-oh.
of the academy that I have to say this.
Oh, no. He's saying Dom.
Dom is going to steal it from Finn. Finn has the match won, and Dom's going to sneak in and win, causing the rift, and that's where
I
Finn,
mean,
this
that
is where
is
Finn
fair.
gets away from the Judgment. I don't want it to be that way, but storyline, it needs to be done. It's sad. I would rather have Finn win, but I have to go with Dom just because the story makes more sense.
Travis,
Like, it's because
Putz
right
hates
now-
you.
I know he can hate me all. I hate myself too for picking this, but storyline, it makes sense to have Dom win. Braun needs to go out and figure out his character. Yes, he's a beast in the ring. You can see what he's done.
He could pull like a Kurt
But-
Angle kind of thing.
he's
Yeah,
just
but they
in
have
limbo.
That's the he's in limbo right now. That's why he needs to lose it. Figure out his character. Penta is on his. Yes, it does, but it makes plenty of sense. Why would Finn win
Dirty.
it and then be kicked out? It makes no sense.
Dirty. Remember,
Dirty
dirty.
Dom, yes. Dirty Dom. So he's going to wait. Finn winning makes the bigger. What then? What? Yes, exactly. Like there's no story there. Because what?
They
is
could always
Liv
do it
just going
after.
Yeah, but it makes no sense. After.
What if-
During makes
what
no
if
sense,
Liv-
because then you could prolong it.
What if Liv breaks up with Dom because Dom didn't win the belt and she goes with Finn? I know that's
Yeah,
stupid,
no.
but
I
you
can
know.
see that
You
angle, but I don't see it happening.
No, Finn and Liv don't see eye to eye, so it's like
Yeah,
That's
even
the
if
best
Finn
in a
does-
relationship.
I can see that angle, but I don't see it ever happening.
no. I have to. Sadly, I'm going with Dom. I hate this choice. It's one of those.
Get the fuck out.
I was trying to come up with everything not to say Dom because I do kind of agree with your angle, Travis. I did not
I
want to say
hate
Dom,
it.
so I came up with everything
I
to
hate
not
it.
say him.
But this is how you get Finn to get back to being Finn, is by him losing to Dom and is absolutely going.
Bring back the
Ape
demon
shit, it
prince.
just- Yes.
I did say Dom might win, but I don't want it to happen.
I want him to win it and then lose it Monday fucking night. And like Finn's like, you mother ring now, and then Finn wins it there. That would be nice. Not gonna happen, but
All right.
I get this is where
I'm
the
excited to see this
Finn
match, but there's
being
too
away
many
from
possibilities.
it's Finn leaving the Judgment Day, going off on his own, getting the push that he deserves. Right now he's
Bring
just kind of.
back demon.
We don't need the demon. We just need Finn to be Finn.
I like the demon.
Okay, so this match is a street
Sorry,
fight.
I like the demon's opening.
This is a street fight. So they're going to beat the shit out each other.
Sin City street fight.
So backstory for Steve. Drew McIntyre won the world championship at last WrestleMania. He got into it with CM Punk. Damian Priest cashed in his Money in the Bank within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds about like
their
most.
feud has been going on and off for about a year.
Did Steve die?
I'll go with Damien. No witty remarks because I have no idea.
Well, it's kind of one of those is since it's their go home math will be tomorrow, makes it hard to figure out who might get the upper hand or not. Because as of last Friday, Rue has the upper hand,
Yes.
but that could change Friday. So we don't know. It can go either way. It is a street fight. Somebody could actually get hurt, and they call the match.
So, going with Drew. The reason is, they're not gonna want. You're putting in that in your slot, sir.
Well, maybe that's what he's thinking.
Thank you for telling me because I was looking at the stream to figure out how to spell his last name.
What, McIntyre?
Just put Drew. You know what?
It's in the document, Taco.
I know. I wasn't looking at the document. Fuck off.
Okay, anyways, what I was going to say is that they're not going to want Judgment Day to have too many wins. And this is the reason why Drew wins.
Oh, okay. So Damien's not part of the Judgment Day.
Oh.
Yeah, he got kicked out a while ago. So did Rhea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so they're no
Him
longer.
and Mommy got kicked out.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that was poor life choice on their part. No offense. Okay. Still Drew. Okay, because I don't care. It's
This is a match where you're like, I have no investment. Got it.
I
That's all
have
you had to say.
yeah.
It's like the.
I thought I knew some
Alright,
stuff
well,
and then they changed. Okay, I'm sorry.
like I know all history. All right. Behind on my
Mm,
Taco.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Drew as well. I think this is considering they've been on and off. I think this is Drew's big revenge fight for that Money in the Bank cash in that Priest did. Considering
can I ask
they don't-
something?
neither of them have belts,
Yeah?
but I think Drew has the personal vendetta of taking Priest fully down.
Why is
for
it
making him
like?
lose it?
Why is it like? From what I've watched over the time I've watched, even back in the day, why does like 95% of the people that win Money in the Bank just turn it in a week later?
It's actually a lot less than that now.
Okay,
It's
good,
gotten a lot
good,
less.
People,
good,
people
good.
started
Oh, yeah.
complaining about that, so they've
Well,
prolonged it.
good.
they have. They've like it used to be like the night after they win it. They're like, all right, I turned it in. Yeah. 'Cause it used to be just a normal match on WrestleMania, and then they made it its own pay-per-view, and then they gave them a whole year to hold on to it. So as soon as they changed it to its own pay-per-view, that's when the time started changing. When people are cashing in. You'll see the
Okay,
SummerSlam, the Rumble, WrestleMania. Seth Rollins did that.
perfect. That's how it
So
should
yes,
be.
it has changed. Yes, it is. So it does change when they're going to cash in. They wait for the perfect time,
Right,
and they run in.
that's
So
perfect.
Punk and Drew fighting was the perfect time for Damian to run in.
Yeah, even when they did Drew dirty with that, that was the perfect time for Damian to run in. And I think that's the main fuel to the fire of why I think Drew will win this to get payback, especially on a WrestleMania.
Yeah. This one's tough because it could go either way. I'm good.
How about they both get injured and no one wins?
I like Drew, so I'm gonna pick Drew. Just I like Drew. I like who he
Picking
is,
Drew?
who he's become. Yeah, I'm picking Drew. That's it.
All
This is-
by Steve Self again.
All by myself.
Somebody's definitely bleeding in this match for sure.
I want to see all the Claymores possible.
Next match.
Eh. The
Match I
women's
really want to watch.
World
Ooh.
Championship triple threat match with Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io
Rhea.
Sky. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face, Taco.
We're gonna correct
If
you
I
every time
didn't
you
do
say
it,
one
you know
wrong.
Travis was gonna do it.
All right, backstory. So Bianca wins Royal Rumble, and then let's see.
Right, I know
I think
that.
Rhea had the title at that point,
Right.
and then Io and Rhea had a match. Io won. Rhea was out, so it was Bianca versus Io. Rhea was pissed off, said, "Hey, I want in that match. I want my rematch." She got a rematch, but Bianca was the special guest referee and counted them. Said she disqualified them both. So it ended
Oh.
up being a triple threat. And Bianca and Rhea keep ignoring Io and just kind of push her out of the way. So Io's pissed off because she's being pushed to the side, even though she's the champion. So it's just, hatred for all three
Okay.
amongst each other. That's all you need to know.
Steve.
It puts the emphasis on triple threat.
Yep.
Crazy how that works, huh?
Steve's input, perfect timing.
Crazy. Any junior. Don't know.
He doesn't know.
You got a 1 in 3 chance of being right.
That's only a 33% chance.
It's better
That's
odds
all
than no, that is correct, Steve.
Oh, that is correct.
That it's better odds than your win rate on War Thunder, sir.
Oh, motherfucker, easy solution then, Ripley.
Okay, he said Ripley.
It's probably gonna be wrong. I don't care.
This literally could go any way.
So I'm initially on Ripley, but I think it's gonna be Bianca. I think it's her time, and again, however, after this match, there's gonna be a huge feud between Belair and Ripley that will last the rest of the year. Just saying. And Io's gonna be tossed to the side until next WrestleMania.
I want Travis's opinion.
No, I'm last.
I want your opinion.
No. I'm last on this one. I'm going last on this one.
You-
Like usual. I'm gonna go last. And
You
you
were going
say.
third. You were going third, and now you're going last.
No, I've always been going last. Taco, except for the one where Taco said he wanted my opinion on it, and I was like, this one, I'm definitely going back to being last because I want to hear his. I want to see where I know I have an idea where he's leaning, but I might be off on his choice. It's not going to sway my choice.
You weren't gonna sway my choice. I just wanted to hear your opinion. But
Well, you're going to hear it. It's just be after yours.
yeah. I straight up am gonna say I don't want Bianca to win it.
Doesn't matter what you want, Taco. Sorry.
Honestly, clear as day, you all know I would want Io to win it. She
Yeah,
is
yeah.
my favorite female, but I think
Bias.
Rhea is going to take it, but I think it's gonna be kind of the scenario with Dom and Finn, where she's gonna end up taking it last second. I don't think it's gonna be dirty, but I think she'll end up taking it at the last second from Bianca. So I'm going Rhea Ripley.
I'm going with the champion. I'm going with Io.
Oh my god, this was our
Because of-
first. It was our first. We have 3 different choices in a triple match.
And I will say why. They can wait for Bianca and Ripley for next year because that will be a one-on-one match. That's what they wanted, but they changed their mind because Io's getting over, and the fans love Io. So I think they're gonna stick with Io for a little bit longer.
And that's
and then
one reason why I want Io to
Yeah.
keep it.
and then one of them will take it off, either SummerSlam, maybe a little bit sooner, but not sure. But and then next year it's gonna be Bianca versus Rhea, and that's where Bianca will probably take it. Will win that match. But yes, it's going to be Io.
All right, next.
Oh, I like mine better.
Next match. You like yours better.
All right. Yeah, my explanation
That
of
is a
what's gonna
really,
happen.
really fucked up slide there.
All right,
That's the one that they use on TV.
we have the Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, which Cody Rhodes has the championship belt.
Mm-hmm.
Will John Cena get the belt? This-
Meep.
Does Steve need a little
You know backstory on what's
backstory
Steve
on what's
chose
going?
meat.
Sure.
Okay, so
Chose meat.
Okay. Backstory. John comes back. Hey, last year, Joy goes into the Rumble. His top 2 gets thrown out by Jay. So, he can't go to WrestleMania. Oh, I'm gonna put myself in a elimination chamber. Puts himself in there, wins it. So he gets to face Cody. After the match, Cody's like, "Hey, congratulations!" Blah blah blah. Rock comes out because Rock wants Cody's soul. Cody literally says, "Fuck off, Rock." I said, "Fuck you, Rock," but same thing. And then John Cena proceeded to kick Cody Rhodes in the balls and turned heel.
Not the balls. That's not cool. Hello, phone. Are you still a while? I think you meant a wig. Yes.
A while.
You know why? I
She
don't
spelled
know.
it AWALE.
Whale?
A whale, yeah. Wow, my mom's calling me fat. She's like, you still a whale?
Like, hold on, baby.
I think she might need me, so I'll do this quick.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with. Man, I don't know anything that's difficult for me.
This is a difficult one for another difficult one too.
I'll just go with Rhodes.
Okay, so if you said you might be leaving, what about
I
the
am leaving.
Randy? Okay, you're leaving. So the Randy versus question mark. If it happens, who you gonna pick?
I don't know who would be chosen.
Okay, so we'll go Solo or Nick Aldis, which is the GM of SmackDown. Be one of those 2 most likely, or mystery
I don't-
opponent.
I would say I'll just go with mystery because I really don't know.
Okay,
And that's if it happens.
if it's we don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll probably find out tomorrow if it happens, and then if need be, we can we'll update it on the sheet, but not in the video. It's a waste of time.
Fair.
So put him down for mystery, and then
I did. I put a question mark.
All right. So
How did that happen? Anyway, I'll be right back, Mom. Wants oranges and cheese.
all right.
where's our oranges and cheese?
Citrus and dairy.
It's your own goddamn shit.
All right.
Anyway,
Anyways, so we've had this huge lead up to, is John Cena gonna win another title and be the most winningest whatever fucking thing in the universe? They're gonna fucking do it. They're gonna bring The Rock back, have The Rock face John Cena after this, so probably SummerSlam or something, and during the year. So Cena's gonna win. Cena's gonna not keep the belt for long. Rock's gonna win it. And then Rock's gonna have this moment of, I'm gonna face Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes is gonna beat the shit out of The Rock and win the belt back. Done. There you go. There's your fucking story that you've been wanting. Everybody's been wanting John Cena to win the belt again. And, he's on his way out. The Rock, with the senile fucking stupidity that's going on with the whole the bloodline and all that bullshit, and him and Cody Rhodes, whatever the fuck that, what was it, his soul.
Yep.
Yeah, about his soul. Best way to do all that.
I think Matt's stretching a little bit on that, but it's okay.
Well, it's we're
no,
gonna
like-
finish off the olds to start the new. You get what I mean? We're
I
gonna
understand what you mean,
finish.
yes.
We're finishing off John Cena. We're gonna finish off The Rock, and Cody Rhodes is the future for the next at least year.
Okay.
Taco. I know you hate what I just said. I know. It's okay.
no. I think they're gonna keep it with Cody, but I think they're going to have John get payback at SummerSlam for it. The Rock, I think he'll play a part, but ultimately, I think Cody will retain, and John will come for his head at SummerSlam, if not The Rock. Travis?
Mm,
He's liking my situation, I think.
I'm leaning your way, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
That's fine.
I don't think The Rock's gonna involve himself like match wise, like you're saying. But yes, he will get involved into the match, but I don't think he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take the belt off." No, John's going to win. One, Punk's gonna win, so that's your happy moment on night one. Well, plus Jay's also winning. That's two good moments on night one. You have to have a negative note. So I think in John Cena winning, half the crowd's gonna be happy. The half's gonna be, it's gonna hate it, like him. Nobody wants to see him win. Then he goes and loses at SummerSlam. It's just who's gonna take it off of him? That it's not gonna be the. It's not gonna be The Rock.
Listen. If I get this right, what do you owe me?
Oh, shit. If The Rock gets the title, John's gonna hand it to him. He's not gonna fight for it because
John Cena and
Rock's
The
property
Rock
right now.
at SummerSlam, man. I'm already calling it.
It's not gonna happen. The Rock will get involved somehow, possibly introducing a new player into the company that we don't know about, or somebody returning. Another thing like that, because there are people out there that are returning that have signed with the company, just don't know when they're returning. There are free agents out there that are not signed to any company that can go anywhere, but The Rock could go get. Be like, hey, I work on the board. I'll give you this much money. Come work for me. So it's Cody can win, yes. But then what? We have to see another Cody Cena match SummerSlam? Nobody wants to see that.
That's why I said John Cena and The Rock.
No. John wins. Somebody else steps up. Faces John, beats John. Then Cody takes on whoever that is. Cody doesn't need to hold it the whole time. That's the thing, is they need to, pass it around a little bit.
All right, Randy versus Mystery.
What? Also, why does John Cena look like he's crying in this picture?
That's his heel face.
That's
He's pissed off.
that's
That's
a
literally the face
weird,
he.
it's a
That is
weird pissed off
literally,
face.
literally the face he made after beating down Cody Rhodes after The Rock told him to do it.
Is he constipated?
Yes.
No, I don't. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Why don't you tweet at him and find out?
You know when's the last time I used Twitter?
No.
When it was
It's
called
X
Twitter.
now.
When it was called Twitter.
All right. So we'll give you options. It's like I did see solo, all this, and then obviously mystery because we don't know. This is
Okay.
just a throw out there because we have no idea if it's going to happen, not going to happen. Like Randy could take the belt off of John. That could be the match at SummerSlam.
Fair.
Randy, The Rock, and John Cena.
He
Oh
just
my
wants to
God,
put the Rock
Matt.
in there.
Shut up.
I think we know who Matt's favorite wrestler is.
Matt's rock hard.
My favorite wrestler?
That sounds like the Rock.
No,
He's
it's
trying to
not
throw
The Rock.
in every match.
No. I'll say that later. So Randy versus. If this match even happens, I would say Randy, because you're gonna have the John Cena of the, he's turned heel, he's won the belt. If bad things are happening, the crowd's not gonna be going for him. Like, it's gonna be mixed.
This match will happen before the Cody.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes is going to be the main event. Man.
Okay.
I put this at the end just because it's a unknown. I was like, we'll just talk about it.
Randy
Okay.
versus Jake the Snake.
That's not a fair fight. Get out of
Wait,
here, Butts.
wait. Randy versus Randy. There you go.
Batista makes a return for one match and faces Randy.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it. I love Batista.
Not the way he is right now. You see how small he is now?
No.
Yes.
It would be. He's fucking tiny. It would be a good match.
I'll just go with Randy. Because I don't know who he would face that would make it.
Yeah.
Good. If
Aldis.
the
All this.
match
Aldis.
even if the match happens, I think it's Randy's the right play.
Randy versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan. Yeah, it's his cousin. It's his
Old
cousin.
Hoogie.
It's his cousin.
Jones.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Aldis versus Randy, and I'm gonna pick Aldis. This is his way of getting back into the ring. Instead of doing it down the
I will
line,
put question mark for you then.
no, put Aldis. Put Aldis.
Well,
I mean,
the
of course,
question
but-
mark is
but
because we
Aldis.
don't know who it is.
No,
I'm
just,
I'll put all this
just
in
put it-
parentheses then.
Put Aldis.
no. So he doesn't get the question mark. He gets Aldis, and that's it.
Yeah.
So if it's
I
not
get
Aldis,
Aldis.
he lost.
Then I'm wrong. I'm going. I'm Aldis. I'm putting it all on Aldis.
Randy versus Andre the Giant. Yeah, right.
It's Omos. It could be Omos. That's gonna be a match that nobody wants to see either. All right.
I would
I'll go.
I would love to see Randy versus Aldis. That would be hilarious.
Be a good match.
Just with all the
They
all the
decide-
drama. It would be a good match.
They
It would
decide
be
to have
hilarious.
a Royal Rumble at WrestleMania or
They have
SummerSlam.
the-
Randy Aldis Steel Cage.
They used to do a battle royal for Andre the Giant, but they moved it to Friday. So
Yeah.
that will happen tomorrow.
I'm gonna hope it would be Randy versus Aldis, but I'm gonna give it to Randy. Considering all things aside, it's his 20th WrestleMania. He's gonna want to go big.
Yeah, he's gonna go big. That's why he wants all this.
Yeah.
Because he knows the
And-
crowd's gonna
and-
fucking pop for that.
Yeah, and the crowd just wants another RKO on Aldis. So
The fans also want to see Aldis wrestle and win. So it's gonna be a 50-50 on that one. If that actually happens, it's gonna be a 50-50, and it can go either way.
versus Rich Flair.
Yes, Rich.
He's pulling out all the indies.
I'm hoping for a Randy Aldis fight. I think Randy will take it.
All right, and that will conclude this episode.
Ta-da!
If you guys enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube and
And
whatever,
the other ones.
and the other ones
Go
we
down-
haven't figured
the other
out
ones,
yet.
Yeah, we have other. No. Well, there will be more episodes, but what are you talking? They're in there. They're all our links are down in our descriptions. Click all those. Subscribe, follow. All that shit.
And we'll see you guys in the
Catch
next.
us anywhere, anytime we stream.
And we'll catch you guys in the next podcasts.
Peace.
Fry you later.
Fry you late. What? Man's going senile.
The
Cut
potato
that.
pun.
Cut that out. Cut that one out. Edit that out. Edit that out. He's trying to